Hey everybody, it's the coach. This is preseason football on EA Sports. Coming up, we'll see the Red Rifle, Andy Dalton, and the Cincinnati Bengals as they take on a man miraculously back from injury, Alex Smith, and the Washington Redskins. I'll see you again at halftime as we preview some of the action coming up on Sunday. But for now, it's Thursday Night Football. And on the call, as always, is Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
This building holds just north of 80,000, and they have come out in very good numbers today at FedEx Field in Landover, Maryland. A few minutes ago, it sounded like the 4th of July on the National Mall as the hometown Redskins were introduced to this sold-out crowd. They are set to go as their guys will match up with Andy Dalton and the Cincinnati Bengals. Brandon Godden, Charles Davis, happy to be back alongside you. And I'll tell you what, yes, it's just week 2 of the preseason, but now they've got one game under their belts, and a lot of guys trying to prove some stuff down on the field here today.
Not only that, these coaches like to win. And I used to think it really didn't matter who won in the preseason. Then I watched some of those shows that the NFL does, and you see the coaches in preseason after a loss jumping all over their guys. So I learned one valuable lesson. Wins and losses count no matter what time of year it is.
Here's Randy Bullock now to put toe to leather, and we are underway from FedEx Field. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Alex Smith ready to lead the Redskins here. And many wondered if Smith would ever play again following that difficult-to-watch leg injury suffered against the Texans last season. But at age 35, Smith is back and ready to give it another go. Now a man in his 13th NFL season, it's Adrian Peterson. He'll have a first down past the 40. Touchdown, Washington! Adrian Peterson, 75 yards, as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. Wow, first play in the game, CD, 75 yards. These people, they haven't even filed in yet from the tailgate lots.
Everyone talks about starting out fast. Everyone talks about getting explosive-type plays. That was absolutely a thunderbolt. And on the defensive side, he spent all week scheming, all week preparing, and it seems like it goes right out the window.
Dustin Hopkins on now to add the extra point. It's good, and the Redskins take a 7-0 lead. One of the shortest drives you'll ever see. One play, 75 yards, 6 points. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll take this across the 25. Couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line. Andy Dalton set to lead out this Bengals offense at the controls for the 9th year. The man out of TCU. So So here's Dalton and the Bengals now, 1st and 10 at their own 27. This is Joe Mixon, 4th in the NFL in rushing last season. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. That'll set him back with a loss of 3 on the play. And it'll bring up a 2nd and 13.
He has elite instincts from his linebacker spot. He's able to diagnose the run and flies in like a missile to stop that one behind the line of scrimmage.
A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13. Dalton here from the gun. This one grabbed by A.J. Green. And they're able to get this one across the 35. They'll get 14 on that one. Good for a Bengal first down. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Dalton with a give here to Mixon. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8. 2nd and 2.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
On 2nd and 2, Dalton. And that'll be incomplete. Good protection that time, and they couldn't hook up on the long one. Now it's 3rd down. Here now the offense for the Bengals.
While the Bengals struggled in 2018, running back Joe Mixon certainly did not. Over 1,100 yards running the ball, caught 43 passes. Expect both of those numbers to continue to climb in his years in the NFL.
After the incompletion, here now 3rd and 2. They give to Mixon to try to pick it up. And he's got a first down as he's up to the 48. Got what he needed for the first down with a gain of 2.
3rd and 2, right? So this is a situation where low man has got to win at the line of scrimmage, but it's not just the low man winning. It's the low man who's winning with some force, and they had that to pick up the first down.
Barely picking it up, but they did. 2 first downs have them up near midfield now on 1st and 10. Back to Mixon on first down. Mixon hit, and all the ball is out. And the Redskins scoop it. And they'll take over inside the 45 at the 44-yard line.
No coach or team's ever happy when someone has a turnover, but if there's ever a good time to do it,
preseason.
Yeah, right now. You know that to come regular season, he's going to be ready to go, and maybe he'll remember, yeah, I don't want to do this when it comes time for the games to count.
A look at Washington as they come onto the field. And they hit the home run last drive. One play on the ground all the way to the house. Now the defense, maybe they're expecting a run here.
Partner, I love your description because when we talk about hitting the home run, we're usually thinking about a passing play, aren't we? Something in the air, deep ball. But how about them just taking it big-time jaunt? Now if you're coming back out, now they've established this run game, the play-action pass could very well be open.
First down, here's a run with Peterson. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down. 9 yards is the pickup there, and they'll have a 2nd and 1. They'll fake it. Now Smith. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down. And a quick look at Washington's offense.
And we expected to have already talked about this unit. We didn't get a chance to hit on them on the opening drive because they scored so quickly. But that's the kind of unit this is. A quick strike offense. I expect to see them taking their shots all game long. And if that's the case, we'll find ways to talk about this group.
And he's going to have the first down yardage as he's down at about the 30-yard line. 5 yards is the pickup there as that extends this drive.
I like the look that they just showed there. When you come out in a passing formation, spread things out a little bit, makes it really hard to cover the middle of the field, doesn't it? Because you got to go out to the perimeter and cover those guys.
Yep, exactly. Got some good blocking, too. Helped him pick up the first. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Here's Peterson. And this time he's not going anywhere. They'll get him down right at the line of scrimmage. Officially no gain on the play, and it's second down. The defensive starters now for Cincinnati.
Strong safety Shawn Williams really bounced back from injuries in previous seasons to post one of the best years of his NFL career. 5 interceptions in 2018, led the league in interception return yards, provides great veteran leadership, and some real thump coming from his spot in the secondary.
Throwing on second down, Smith. And they're going to set up shop at the 27-yard line.
Brandon, this is a veteran quarterback back there. He should know better than to make a throw like this. This is definitely not his best ball, and I think he knew this was trouble the second it was leaving his hand.
Cincinnati now ready to take the field. They had the fumble on the last drive, wound up leading to the opening touchdown. Now they'll try again here, 1st and 10. So here's Dalton and the Bengals now, 1st and 10 at their own 27. Here's Joe Mixon as they start on the ground. He'll have a first down past the 40. 23 yards on the pickup there and a first.
Now that's how you start to get back in the good graces of your head coach. Remember, he fumbled on the last possession. How about the faith they showed him, giving him the ball again, and he repaid them, picking up a first down.
Ladies, you better be afraid of me. You better be afraid of me.
Now Joe Mixon. And a 6-yard gain gets him right around the 43. Well, they're making an effort to get the ground game going tonight. So far, it's working.
I like what we're seeing from the offensive line. They seem to have the leverage going, and they're controlling things and reestablishing the line of scrimmage, moving that defensive front backwards. But also like what the runner's giving us, too. It appears that he's been waiting all day long to get out here and take off.
50 to Mike. 50 to Mike. Get in the right room. Get in the right room.
Dalton on the draw to Mixon. So he got free of 1 tackle but couldn't do a whole lot else. A gain of 3, second down. And now a look at the Washington defense.
At corner is Josh Norman. I would think he would want to quibble a little bit. Actually, you know Josh would have a full discussion with the metrics people who say that maybe he's not the elite lockdown corner he thinks he is. He would say, ask all the receivers in the NFC East. They would think differently because a day against Josh Norman is a very difficult day for any receiver.
From the 35 on second down, Dalton got his man. It's Eifert. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop it. A gain there of 21 yards.
And there's another completion to the tight end. And let's face it, it is hard to overthrow a 6'6" target.
It is indeed. Quarterbacks like their speed guys. They like that huge 6'6" target that they've got in him.
They really do, and it reminds me of what one great tight end told me once. He told his quarterback, just make sure you throw it up there. You know, kind of like put up on the top shelf where the kids can't get it.
Man, I got you. Man, I got you.
A draw play for Mixon. And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down. Pretty effective run there, and now they can start to smell that end zone.
Pound the rock. Make sure you use your O-line to set the tone of dominance and physicality, and pound the rock.
On second and 1, Dalton toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
So now here in the second week of the preseason, you'd expect the starters to play a little bit more than they did in week 1, but not a whole lot.
So if you're an offensive coordinator, what are you looking for?
What you're looking for is things getting cleaned up as you go along because most of your playbook's probably installed. How well are they handling it? Easy in and out of the huddle, no mental mistakes? Are they starting to look like a good offensive football team? That didn't appear to be a run blitz. He just started in once he saw the run develop. That appeared to be a case of see ball, get ball.
Here's Randy Bullock now as he'll go for the field goal. From the right hash, and this one just a chippy. And Bullock will put this one through. And they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3. That drive took him inside the 10. Good job defensively to hold him to 3.
Yeah, I like how you did that. Give a little tip of the cap to the stop troops there because they didn't give up a touchdown in that situation, right? Made them kick the field goal. And, yeah, points went against them, but that feels a whole lot better running off the field.
After the field goal now, it's Bullock to kick it away. This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Alex Smith and company heading back out there now. He'll look to shake off the interception on the opening drive. He should at least be comforted that it resulted in 3, not 6.
And if I were him, I would be the guy all the way out on the field greeting my defense now, saying thanks a lot. You held them to a field goal after I turned it over. That's a big defensive stand for them. He needs to go out now and make up for what he did on the first drive.
2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Now it's Smith off the bootleg. He's going to rifle one deep left side. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long way out there, but it'll be 3rd down. So the failure to connect on 2nd down, that leaves him staring up here at a 3rd and 8. Here's Peterson. He's got it on the draw. And a good job defensively. They stop him short of the first at the 32. So on 4th down, the Redskins will call on Tress Way to punt it away. Call that an even 50 yards on the punt with 7 on the return. And the Bengals will take over here 1st and 10. Now the Cincinnati offense ready to see what they can do here. And they had 3 points last time, but they didn't want 3 points because they were well within range of scoring a touchdown. We'll see if they can do better now.
I'm with you on that one. Let's just go ahead and be frank about the whole thing. The only one happy about the 3-point?
The kicker.
Exactly. He put it through the post. That's going to help him in contract time. But that offense, they're thinking, let's get in the end zone this time.
I don't know if that helped him in contract time. You could have kicked that one through.
I don't know about that.
Toe bashed.
I don't know about that. Super toe. And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Dalton. Green brings it in. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. They'll get 14 on that one. Good for a Bengal 1st down. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Nixon will try the right side. And able to get a couple as he's across the 40 to the 41. And now time will be called here as we've got an injured Redskin down on the field. Definitely the last thing you want to see here in a preseason game. We'll be right back. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8.
I can't believe they let you play. I can't believe they even let you play.
Passing. It's Dalton. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down. So the failure to connect on 2nd down, that leaves him staring up here at a 3rd and 8. On the delay, it's Mixon. And this play will be blown up. He'll lose yardage back at the 38.
Anytime you call an inside running play, you just know there should be a lot of congestion there. You're counting on your offensive line to take control of the line of scrimmage. That didn't happen in this case, and that play got bottled up.
So on 4th down, on comes the left-footed punter, Kevin Huber, to punt it away. He'll return it from the 6. And, they had him bottled up, but here's a late flag, and a face mask is going to get a much better starting position. So that flag will cost him 15.
And it doesn't matter anymore how you get the face mask. Any part of it, that's going to be 15 yards.
A lack of discipline defensively on 4th down, and now that leads to a 1st and 10. A run there on 1st down and a pretty good one of 5 yards, so make it 2nd and 5.
Face mask. Defense.
Officials so cognizant of that call nowadays, but that would look pretty easy.
Yeah, you're right. They took out of their hands having to wonder whether it's a 5-yard or a 15-yard inadvertent or not. Now, it's a lot easier. You see it, you call it.
Smith hands off to Geis. And across midfield he goes and into Bengal territory. A solid run on 1st down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3. From the 45 on 2nd down, Smith. And he'll return this ball across midfield to the 47-yard line. First quarter, and now he already has 2 interceptions.
Yeah, he's got to guard against being tentative from this point forward, though. He's got to still make the right reads, make the proper throws. I've seen guys in this league throw 4 interceptions in a game and win. He's got to understand, put it behind you, keep pressing forward.
Mixon with a 1st down carry. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. In on the stop, Mason Foster, who was 7th in the NFL in tackles a year ago. Off the play fake to Mixon. This is Dalton. They'll tussle for it, and this is going to be caught. It's a gain of 13, and the Bengals have a 1st down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
And he'll be brought down. Oh, that's a face mask. Certainly looked like it. Indeed, here come the flags. Well, we looked at each other right away. We knew that flag was coming out.
And I always enjoy the conversation post, because officials always tell you, I don't want to throw the flag, but you caused the play. You did it. I had to.
After the penalty, it's Mixon. And from the 9, they get this to the 5-yard line. So that run gets them about halfway home.
Yes, now 2nd and goal. The end zone beckons. It looms. They can do whatever they want. Full playbook. Run it again, or they can go play action and try and put it in that way.
The 2nd down attempt there knocked down as it leaves the quarterback's hand, and it's incomplete. They've been denied touchdowns in the red zone twice already. Here comes 3rd and goal. Here's Mixon. And he is in. Touchdown, Bengals. A 5-yard touchdown run, and the Bengals have taken the lead.
Well, they decided to run it in and got it done on 3rd and goal. A lot of times, that's a passing play.
And the kicker just has to come out for the PAT. He can breathe a sigh of relief as well, right?
Although I don't know if he's really breathing a sigh of relief. I think he likes to put 3 points on his ledger.
On for the point after is Randy Bullock. And it's through, and that makes the lead 10-7. The drive summary that time, 5 plays. And it all culminated in the touchdown run coming from Joe Mixon. Now Bullock will send this one away after the touchdown. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Alex Smith and the offense heading out for their next possession. He's likely still kicking himself from the interception last drive that wound up leading to a go-ahead score.
And he's going to assume all that came with that one, all right? That's all on him, but he also knows he's got to erase it from his mind and get back out there. This drive, very important.
They start on the ground with Geis, and that one blown up quickly as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here, and that'll make this a 2nd and 13. 10-7 our score after one right here on EA Sports.
Ready? 10-2 stop.
Let's go, defense. Hey, man up, D. Man up, D.
Get it.
Now on 2nd and 13. Smith. Josh Doxson's got it complete. It's a pickup of 12, and that'll set up a 3rd down.
Ready, ready.
They should have put the coverage guys in a stress on that one. They thought they were going deep. Ends up curling inside for a nice chunk of yardage.
They'll try and get it with Geis, and he will have a 1st down here at about the 40. Give him the 3rd down conversion, 5 yards on the play.
Exactly what they needed right there, because they needed to use the ground game to take some pressure off, because the quarterback's been struggling a little bit.
Go now. 15 line. 15 line.
What's tight? Tight is right. What's tight? Tight is right. That's what.
5.
On 1st down, here's Love. And he'll be brought down just shy of the 45. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down. The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6.
Hey, tight is right. Watch tight end. Hey, 4 down, 4 down.
Ready, ready.
Here's Smith. This one complete to Jordan Reed. Jordan Reed. Touchdown, Washington. Jordan Reed, 56 yards. And the Redskins are going to retake the lead. Pretty good response. They had given up the touchdown and the lead, but they struck back.
And I love the way that they just saw it happen, took a quick exhale on the sidelines. So let's go get it back and fast. Let's go ahead and throw the ball downfield and get our own 6 points.
A huge chunk play to regain that lead. On is Hopkins now for the extra point. And that makes it 14-10. 5 plays there on that drive. And it was polished off by a Redskin touchdown. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. The Bengals getting set to go. There have been points on the board. We just saw back-to-back touchdown drives. I love it. I'm high-fiving our statistician, Christian McLeod, and you're angry. You're a defensive guy.
If you met one of my defensive coordinators, God rest his soul, I'm surprised he isn't in this booth right now wanting to really take you on. This is not football the way he sees it. He wants a good old-fashioned kicking game, defense, field position, and we're getting an up and down the field game here.
I'll take him. Where's his tombstone?
Boot Hill, baby.
So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3. Dalton now to pass. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down. The Bengals on 3rd down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. Here it's 3rd and 3. This is Mixon on the draw. Well, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short.
Another down on the scoreboard, but the urge to go for it is almost irresistible here on 4th and short. Yeah, I know they're on their own side of the field.
I was going to say.
Normally I would say punt the ball away, but I'm feeling it. I say go for it.
Here's Kevin Huber now, as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. They'll look to set up his blockers. An 8-yard return there after a punt of 47. And the Washington offense will be backed up to start this drive as they've got it 1st and 10. Out comes Washington's offense as they get set to take over here. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were confident enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, they really look clueless.
And that was amazing because that drive went and went, no adjustments, and no big plays by the defense to knock the ball away.
Throwing on 2nd and 3. Smith. And he's got his target. It's Vernon Davis. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. Give him 16 yards there, and it's a Redskin 1st down. That tight end position, it just seems to continue to evolve every year in the NFL.
Yeah, you're getting really terrific athletes. A lot of them maybe were wide receivers at one point. They continue to give you speed, great hands, and big bodies, which make them excellent targets for quarterbacks.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
I'm coming.
They'll run on 1st down. It's Love, and this winds up a gain of 4 to the 41.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down, a very solid gain on that play.
From the 41, Smith. And this one complete to Reed. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. That one a gain of 20 and a 1st down.
A lot of tight ends just use their size and their strength, try to occupy some space and kind of body people away and catch the football. But not this guy. He's a refined route runner. Makes me wonder if he took some dance classes in his background with his footwork.
So they'll come up in Bengals territory now with a 1st and 10 at the 39-yard line. Shotgun handoff now for Love. Trying to run inside, but nothing there. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down. So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. Out of the gun, Smith. He's got his man. This is Jackson. And he's got another 1st down as the tackle's going to be made at the Bengals 21.
Now that was pretty. They executed that curl route versus zone coverage, and that changes things a little bit because against man, it's often a tight curl, sharply run route. Against zone, you're just looking for that open spot, that dead area, so you may curl it a little bit wider just to get to that place.
And usually a tight window. He fired a bullet in there for the completion.
60 outlaw. He don't know no better.
On 1st down, this is Geis. And this will be a gain of 6 when it's all said and done. Down to the 15 from the 21. 6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4. Now Smith. And this is taken in for a Redskins touchdown. Vernon Davis there to make the grab. And the Redskins are able to stretch the lead out further. And he is a reliable target. They like to get him involved. They got him involved there for the score.
And they should. He's a very good player. Remember, they can use him in certain positions, so many different spots, and he usually comes through for them.
Here's Hopkins now for the extra point. It's good, and it's 21-10. So that drive in total 8 plays. And the result, a touchdown for Washington. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone.
Get ready, get ready. You ready?
Cincinnati now ready to take the field. They'll look to make some inroads here, trailing 21-10 as they come up on a 1st and 10. So here's Dalton and the Bengals now, 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. The drive will commence with a run by Mixon. And he'll be brought down somewhat awkwardly here, and a late flag as well. I think this one's going to be a face mask. So they will accept the penalty and move forward. So the yellow flag came out, and that leads to a new set of downs for this offense, 1st and 10. Now it's Mixon running right. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down.
Well, with the kind of half he's had, I think we can forgive him that run, right? Not every run's going to be a big play, is it?
No, and also the blocking just wasn't there. No room to run.
Yeah, defensively, they got to find a way to build on that because he's eating them alive in the first half.
So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the first down run goes backwards. Dalton bootlegs out. And that one got tipped, kind of threw everything off. It brings up 3rd. As we thought they might do here in week 2 of the preseason, they've left their starting quarterback out there for this 2nd quarter, but I would imagine we will not see him after halftime.
Yeah, this is the time of year you've got to get your backup some reps and make sure you protect your starting quarterback.
And now the 3rd down throw incomplete as well. You know, during these preseason games, we're in week 2 right now, it's always funny looking at our spot charts up here in the booth because with all the guys that might play in this one, it seems to get bigger and bigger each year.
Yeah, we pretty much supersize them, don't we? Because, you know, remember, they're carrying 90 now. And with the new rules, they'll carry 90 all the way through the preseason before they make the final cut. Oh, yeah, a lot of guys to learn for these games.
He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. And this will be taken at the 13. A 48-yard punt, 7 on the return. And it'll be Redskins football now with a 1st and 10. So out now come the Redskins. Last time they were out here, they had the benefit of good field position, led to a touchdown. This time, they're going to have to work for it.
They are, but with that last drive that culminated in a touchdown, I think they carry that confidence into this one. Doesn't matter where you start with the football now, they have to feel great about their opportunity.
And the drive begins with a run by Geis. He is taken down at the 21 after a short gain of 2.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as it gets.
And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off by Preston Brown, the linebacker. And they're going to be set up in the red zone right around the 17-yard line. So that is 3 interceptions now in this first half. And you hate to ask the question, but let's be honest. We're thinking about it. Do you need to go in a different direction next series?
Potentially. We know that he's probably not going to be on the Pro Bowl ballot. That's not really his stature here. But he has been their starting quarterback for this game. So they've got to weigh things about who's behind him. Do they think he can snap it back into gear? Maybe change up the play calling to help him out a little bit.
Mike. Lead. I'm scared. What tight end? Hey, we got 4 there.
On 1st down, Mixon, and he stopped immediately there. Tackle made by the Pro Bowl safety Landon Collins. And his carries tonight, they're getting up there, so maybe one of those every now and then is understandable.
I would agree with that. Understandable every now and then. Sometimes you come back and you fake it to him and go play action. But other times you say, okay, they got him on that one. We'll come back to him in another carry.
And he can't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. Dalton to Green for a Cincinnati 1st.
The goal for any offense versus his own defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. First and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. Mixon trying to punch it in, and he'll actually lose a little bit of yardage here. Back to the 2. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down.
Got to give a lot of credit to the defensive front there. They held their ground, pretty much stoned them on that play, and ended up creating a lost yardage play.
Yeah, drop them from the 1 back to the 2. On second and goal, one man stands in the backfield, and that's Mixon. Throwing, Dalton. And he's got it. Touchdown, Bengals. Des Bryant there to make the grab as his guys are back within a single score.
There was no going through the progressions on that touchdown pass.
Yeah, nor was it necessary. His receiver won that route early, presented himself. No reason to wait. Go ahead and put it on him and score a touchdown.
Here's Bullock now for the extra point. And he's got it to make this a 21-17 game. A drive there of just 4 plays. And it ends with a Bengals score. Now Bullock will send this one away after the touchdown. This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll take this one near the 25, call it the 26-yard line. Time to spotlight the quarterback, Alex Smith. On one hand, as we look at some of his struggles with the 3 interceptions, he's got to be upset. On the other hand, they're still winning this game.
So how does he take care of the ball the rest of the game? That's what his teammates are interested in because they pick things up for him throughout. You got to look over the defensive side, the kicking game. Those guys have made it work for him. Now his goal, not mess up anything else down the stretch.
Yeah, forget about those 3 picks. Move on. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8. They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line. Now Smith. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Getting the sack, the big D tackle, Geno Atkins. You never want to give up a sack. From the O-line's perspective, they hate it for several reasons, especially because they felt like they let little brother down back there in the pocket.
Oh, no doubt. They have a ton of pride, and they go into every job wanting to keep that guy clean. They want that uniform with no grass stains, no dirt, nothing on it, but it's really, really difficult. You're talking about some terrific athletes who are trying to put him on the ground.
Here's Tressway now as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. He steps into this one, and this is a rocket. He'll field this at the 5. Oh, and he's taken down here by his face mask by the looks of it. And a penalty flag is going to give a much better starting position. So that one will be accepted.
Here we go. Here we go.
So the face mask gets him a free 15 to start the drive. From the gun to give to Mixon. And an alley to run. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. Now the Bengals going to use the first of their timeouts as he'll get a chance to talk it over after picking up the first down. A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10. Mixon. And he got blown up. Losing yardage on the play back at the 44. The Redskins now going to use the first of their 3 timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play.
Here we go. Here we go. Come to my work. We want it.
Now on 2nd and 13. Dalton. And this is going to wind up incomplete. The coverage there too strong on the deep ball, and now they face a 3rd down. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Now they run with Mixon. And he's going to come up a few yards short. Brought down at the 45. The Bengals going to use the second of their timeouts as they stop it prior to what will be an important fourth down. Here's Kevin Huber now. He's been terrific so far. First kick, 47. This one looks good as well. Great blocking on the return. It springs him for 25. And the Redskins are going to get it at the 20. Smith and company heading back out there now. Yeah, they have had success on the ground, really as a team, doing well carrying the football. So maybe a little less pressure on his shoulders as the quarterback.
Any pressure he's carrying right now, that's self-inflicted, right? He's taking it on. He doesn't need to. Continue to do what you just said. Let everyone else carry the football. That's been effective. Don't have to worry about him throwing the ball in all the situations now. That's got to be a good feeling if he just relaxes and lets it keep coming to him.
Yeah, and relax and enjoy the second quarter lead right now. So the first play of the drive lost 4. Now they'll look to move it forward here on 2nd and 14.
That is right. We got 4. We got 4. Go.
Off of play action. Here's Smith. And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. Picked off by the Alabama man, Dre Kirkpatrick. And he'll return it to the 24-yard line. We haven't even escaped the first half, and he's already thrown 4 picks.
And Brandon, back in the good old days, probably back before you were born, if your starter threw 4 in the first half, he might throw 8 or more for the game because they weren't going to pull him out. But nowadays, the patience level isn't quite there. He's going to have to make some real adjustments, or the backup may see some time.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run.
Let's get it together, defense. Let's get it together.
So Dalton now. He'll have a first down inside the 10. And finally wrestled down at the 8-yard line. Now the Bengals going to signal for their 3rd and final timeout. And with halftime on the horizon, they'll be out of timeouts from here forward. And what can they do here on 2nd and goal? 3 red zone trips so far have yielded 2 touchdowns and a field goal. They'll give it to Mixon. They'll get this halfway home from the 8 to the 4 on a gain of 4.
Face mask. Defense.
And a big face mask penalty here, 15 yards.
You never want to get your hands up in the face mask area because your fingers can get tangled up there, and that can hurt you as a player.
Here's a run with Mixon, and he'll take this into the end zone. Now, hold on here. We do have a flag down, so let's see what this is about. So reverse the celebration. We'll see if they have something else in their bag of tricks.
And isn't that always tough to watch when they score and you see the excitement, and then when they realize those points aren't going to count? Can they get it back together and find their way back to the end zone?
And for one of the first times tonight, he's going to be held up at the line of scrimmage.
Face mask. Defense.
Charles, I know it's hard when live bullets are flying, but you cannot keep your hand up around the face mask area.
It is absolutely inexcusable nowadays. We talk about target areas all the time. You have to aim lower so that your hand doesn't get involved in the face mask.
Now a throw to the end zone on first down, but it winds up incomplete. John Ross, the one he was looking for, but it'll be 2nd and goal. They come up here with another shot from the 6-yard line, and it's 2nd and goal now. Dalton looking end zone, but it's incomplete. The tight end, C.J. Uzama, the intended receiver. But now it's 3rd and goal. 2 incompletions haven't moved him any closer. And likely throwing again, you'd have to think on 3rd and goal here. Now a 3rd down throw, but it misses the target, incomplete.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? Zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
No problems in the field goal department so far. He's 2 for 2.
Pretty reliable here in this game, isn't he? And to me, that bodes well for them. If they need him late in the game, his confidence should be sky high.
After the field goal now, it's Bullock to kick it away. This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line.
Let's go.
Alex Smith and the offense heading out for their next possession. And I'm sure he wanted to have a huge game, wants to have a huge game as the quarterback, but really on the ground, they've been very, very hard to stop. Maybe you just keep going to that well.
I think so, and isn't it funny how the definition of balance changes for us from game to game? Sometimes it's 50-50, run it, throw it. Sometimes it's just being a balanced running team in terms of who's carrying the football.
More than one guy.
Right, multiple guys out there, and now your guy back there has to throw it. Doesn't have to worry about it quite as much.
And they've got the lead here in the second quarter. A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete. Jordan Reed was the intended target, and that'll make it third down. They had the incomplete pass on second down. Now they need a big play here, 3rd and 10. This time they stay on the ground, and they will get to him behind the line, but they're out of timeouts, remember, and the clock continues to wind down. Tough sledding. They lose a yard there on 3rd. So we've reached halftime in a wild first half. We'll take a minute to catch our breath as we get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach!
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. We'll get back to you guys in just a little bit. This one of 5 games currently in progress as we kick off the second week of preseason action. We'll have 3 more tomorrow night, 5 on Saturday, and then 3 nationally televised games. Saints, Chargers, Seahawks, Vikings on Sunday, and on Monday night, the 49ers and the Broncos in Denver.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. Expect to see a good number of backups going forward as we are back and underway here in preseason week 2. This is fielded at the goal line. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. The Bengal offense now with a football first here to begin quarter number 3. They're down here, but very much in this game. What's the tonality of a coach's talk when a game is within striking distance like this at intermission?
Typically, what they're doing is emphasizing the things that went well in the first half and wanting more of that. Sure, you've got to go over some of the errors and clean up some things because there's a reason you're down. But overall, I think they want to stay positive, stay up with this team. We're just starting the second half, and we've got the football. Let's go ahead and punch it in, and then we'll take it from there.
See how that recipe works. And I know it's hard in live action, but you've got to keep your hands away from the face. That's a 15-yard penalty.
You work on it all the time, making sure your target area is lower and trying to keep your hands away from the face mask so you don't get the big penalty.
Oh, he's got a little daylight. Past the 20. And he will take it on in for a Bengals touchdown. Giovanni Bernard, 41 yards. And the Bengals are once again going to retake the lead. And on that long run, maybe the defense caught napping a little bit.
The concentration level may not have been there. I agree with you on that one because those types of plays, when they result like that, they're almost like big bolts of lightning, aren't they? Whoosh, and off he goes.
Looking to throw, and that is caught for the 2 points. And around the goal line, especially on 2-point tries, sometimes the QB's best friend is that big target, the tight end.
I love how you described it because you know he's going to have some length and some catch radius as well as a big body to keep people away from the football.
Now Bullock will send this one away after the touchdown. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. About set now for their next drive, Case Keenum and the Redskins. And he's got a pair of interceptions. His team in a hole. What does he need to change?
Well, this is where he gets to prove that he's that guy, and that's what everyone's looking for. Easy to do when you've thrown for 400 yards and 4 touchdowns. But when you throw in a pair of picks, can you prove to your team that you still have it mentally and come back and make the winning plays?
When the going gets tough?
The tough get going. I like that. Are we in sync there?
We are in sync. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. Call it a loss of 2 on the play. And that'll make it 2nd and 12.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the 3rd quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. Now it's the backup Keenum. Looking for McLaurin, and he's got him. A nickel look now for the Bengals as they try to stop him here on 3rd down. On the draw, this is Love. And he's going to come up a bit short. He needed to get to the 35 for the first, but he only makes it to the 34. Here's Tressway now as he's on to punt for Washington. Fighting through. Good open field tackling there. A 50-yard punt followed by just a 1-yard return. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. Now the Cincinnati offense ready to see what they can do here. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
I'm going to come back to you.
They start the drive with Anderson. And able to break 1 tackle, but then quickly brought down.
Foul. Face mask. Defense.
Face mask penalty, and Charles, you were a defender. You know sometimes in the heat of the moment, it's hard to keep your hands away from that face mask.
Sometimes you just get out of position as a defender when you're trying to make a tackle, so you end up flailing away, and your hand gets into the wrong spot.
The Bengals drive about to get going. Now with just 1 second showing on the play clock, we're going to get a timeout. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this third quarter. The Bengals drive about to get going. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
Tough running there. That's a hard-earned 4 yards.
Yeah, those are the unsung kind of runs. They don't fill up the stat sheet, but they do set you up in good position on second down.
There's a ball thrown right side and complete. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains.
Partner, this is one of the best routes anyone can have in their offensive playbook. Tough to defend because you think it's a go route, and then he breaks it back on the comeback. There's one other thing you need as well.
A well-thrown ball.
Exactly right. You have a guy who has some precision in throwing the football because of the timing of the route.
Here we go. 60 outlaw.
50. You remember me? You remember me? Let's go, baby.
They'll run on first down. Bernard. Not much there. Maybe a couple as he's taken down at the 40.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, this big defensive lineman will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 30. And nothing but daylight ahead. And he will bring this one back. It's a pick 6 for a Redskins touchdown.
What you just saw there, first-round talent, second year, even more success. A pick 6 for a touchdown.
A great play. And it's tough for these guys, you've told me before, to adjust in the secondary as a first-year guy. So that sophomore season is big for them.
They really start to expand the playbook for them even more. Sometimes they dumb it down a little bit to make them comfortable year 1. By year 2, they should have all the nuances, and now they've adjusted to the speed of NFL play as well.
Showed right there. Now it's Hopkins to add the extra point. He's got it. This thing's turning a bit wild here. We're tied at 28. A heck of a play there defensively, getting the interception, navigating his way into the end zone for the touchdown. So right back to square one, tied at 28 as he kicks it away. Fielded about a yard deep. And he's able to get it across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down at the 21-yard line. The Bengals offense now, they head back onto the field. And following the pick 6, and they had decent field position in throwing that pick 6. We'll see how they attack this drive.
And I think all you say to your guy is, listen, let's just take care of the football a little bit better. Make some better decisions on this drive, and they'll probably help him a little bit with maybe some really high percentage throws early to let him get settled back in.
They told him, they told us, they've got confidence. That's not a problem.
Yeah, not a problem at all. They just want to make sure they get things settled down a little bit for their offense and give their defense a little bit of a chance to rest. It's a tough one right there. He ran right into the teeth of the blitz as the linebacker was freed up in order to stuff that one for a loss. I think quarterbacks got to see that, got to find a way to audible into something a little more advantageous.
A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13.
Come on, baby.
On play action, they'll throw. And this is taken in one-handed. What a catch.
Let's go, baby.
That one covers 24 yards. It's a first down.
Gotta love the catch. I think you gotta love the gloves as well.
Yeah, these one-handed catches, that was great, and they're fun. They're becoming a little more ho-hum, aren't they?
Yeah, they really are. And I know that it sounds like we're taking credit away from the guys, and we don't mean that at all. They really work hard on this one-handed catch thing, but I think the gloves have to be helping in a big way.
Let's go. 90, Wolf.
Not 50. They gonna need some therapy after this.
First down. Here's the run with Anderson. And he'll lose yardage here, back at the 41. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's second down.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage.
Ready.
Mike 51. Gotta do better. Come on, QB, come on.
Get it.
The play-action fake. They'll look to throw. That's caught by his tight end, Uzama. It's a Bengal first down, a pickup of 11.
So much goes into a successful play, doesn't it? How about that play action there, freezing the defense just enough to bring the tight end free downfield for the completion.
On first down, Bernard. Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1.
This drive is turning into an extended one, and the guy carrying the ball, he's becoming more like a body blows guy. Every carry is putting some damage on the defense. So after a while, I'm not too sure how many guys are going to want to run up and tackle him.
Here's a throw right side, taken in by his tight end. That'll wind up a gain of 27 on the catch and run. This drive, it's been a good mix. 3 passing plays, 3 runs, hitting on all 3 of those passes, and the last one putting him in the red zone.
So wouldn't you think play action right here? Because you've got the ability and had the ability to run it and throw it. Go play action and take your shot at the end zone.
Let's go now. 10-2 soft. Ready?
They'll run on first down. Bernard churning, and he lost the football.
Personal foul. Face mask. Defense.
Got the hand caught up in the grill of the face mask. 15-yard penalty.
So tough for a defender. You're trying so hard to make a play, and the way that these offensive guys can move around, sometimes your hand gets into the...
And he takes it into the end zone. Touchdown, Bengals. Taking it in from a yard out as his guys are able to regain the lead. And they're able to run it in. It started with a battle in the trenches. They won there, and they got in for 6 points.
And that's going to be a tough one for the defense to deal with. They've got to go to the bench now and figure out how are we going to slow down this running game, because on that particular play, they had no answer.
Now Bullock to add the extra point. It's up and good, and they've jumped back ahead, 35-28. So that winds up a 7-play drive all told. And it ends with a 1-yard touchdown run.
Randy Bullock to kick off for Cincinnati.
Now Bullock will send this one away after the touchdown. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Out comes the Redskin offense now as they get set to begin another possession. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
Geis. And he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there.
Well, it's time for them to be good teammates right here. And what I mean by that is possess the ball for a little while. Get at least 2 first downs. Give their defense a chance to settle down a little bit after they give up a touchdown.
On 2nd and 7, Keenum. That's complete to his receiver, McLaurin. A pickup of about 3 yards as he's taken down at the 31.
Hey, defense, let's go. Pick it up, D.
On the draw, they go to Geis. And he's going to have the first down at about the 38.
We got this.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember, the last drive they went 3 and out.
Now after the run by Geis, here's 1st and 10. Now a handoff here to his running back. And a good swarm to the football defensively as they get him down at about the 40. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down. From the 40 now on 2nd down. Keenum. And he finds a man with a crossing route. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a 3rd down.
That's a gain of 6. Brings up 3rd and 3.
Coming this way. Here we go.
3rd down, here's Geis. And Geis is going to be stopped short as he did not get the push he needed. Only a yard on the pickup there, and it's going to leave him with a 4th down.
Doubling this guy has to be a priority before moving up to the next level because the big fella, he just ate that one alive, just stuffed it. In fact, before the game, he was talking to us, and he's like, hey, these pants make me look fat? And we said, nah, man, you're just a whole lot of guy.
He is at well over 300 pounds. He's a big man. Here's Tressway now as he's on to punt for the 4th time tonight. A strong running. Almost outkicked his coverage there. 48-yard punt, but 10 on the return. And the Bengals will have a 1st and 10 from deep in their own territory. So now the Bengal offensive unit back out onto the field. And that recipe on their last drive that resulted in a touchdown looked pretty good, so they'll be hoping to do that once more.
It takes me back to when we sat with the offensive coordinator and the head coach. They felt pretty good about their game plan and thought there were some holes in the defense, and they exploited on the last time out. Let's see if they can come back and put together a similar drive.
And we'll see if they can do just that. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down. Throwing on 2nd down, Driscoll. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
Well, we're not playing 3 yards in the cloud of dust football anymore. I kind of get why those old school coaches sometimes didn't want to throw the football. Because if it's popped up in the air, it almost turns into slow motion, and both sides trying to get to the football, and you're holding your breath wondering whether it's going to go good or bad for your team.
It's a Bengal 1st down, a pickup of 11. We've seen him break off a big run already in this game, and for a second, that one looked like it might be another.
Yeah, I think that any defense would say, look, we can't let him get to the 2nd level because sometimes he'll break off the big run on his own, but oftentimes you get additional blocking at the 2nd level, which gets you deeper into the secondary.
Here we go. 60 Pittsburgh.
And they'll try the jet sweep here. And an alley to run. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. 12 yards that time and a Cincinnati 1st down.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point. Going to make that defense stand up and stop them. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
Let's go, team. It's going to be a long day, offense. It's going to be a long day.
Now Bernard. And this winds up a pickup of 2, maybe 2.5 to about the 39.
Brandon, we talk all the time about those hybrid players, guys who can do more than one thing, and I think if you're playing strong safety in the NFL today, you are a true hybrid. Part linebacker, part cover guy.
And coming up, sticking his nose in the mess there and making a nice play defensively. Yeah, he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40.
And another thing that makes a comeback route really effective is that oftentimes after you've made the initial move, receivers breaking away from the defensive back, and that makes it a really tough play to defend. A nice chunk of yardage picked up there.
This quarterback now perfect since the second half started. 7 of 7. It's 1st and 10. They'll run it here with Bernard. And a short gain there down to the 37-yard line. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
2 yards on the pickup. It's 2nd and 8 at the Redskins' 37.
Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. He completes it to Tate. And they're going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at the Redskins' 15-yard line.
First down, Bengals.
One quarter remains here in this Thursday night matchup. We'll return with more preseason football on EA Sports.
Ready, set.
53's mine. Check. 53's mine.
That's what I do.
On first down, Bernard. And he couldn't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another first.
I think we're seeing the effect that runs like that are starting to have on this game. They're a little bit slower, that front seven, reacting to the football, almost like body blows in boxing. Slowing them down, and they're really starting to take over in this game.
So 1st and goal, 6 points here would go a long way toward wrapping this one up. They'll run here with Bernard. No dice this go-around. He's hit behind the line and taken down. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up 2nd down.
Did your high school have that same push them back cheer?
I was a kicker.
Well, it certainly worked. Didn't matter whether we were kickers or not. That one worked, didn't it? They pushed him back in his last snap of the ball, and boy, they created a nice play for themselves. Would they lose 3 on that one?
Yeah, from the 1 back to the 4. From back at the 4, here's 2nd and goal. 2nd and 4. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
2nd goal, last thing you need to do is get pushed backwards to take a sack. But he couldn't find anywhere to go with the football. Had to eat it and ended up on the ground.
So 1st and 2nd down went in the wrong direction. They'll try to do better here on 3rd and 13. He'll look to throw. To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
Those throwing windows get a lot tighter near the end zone, don't they? And here's the thing. You already probably have 3 points in your hip pocket. You force a throw here and give up an interception, you come away with nothing.
Especially tough in the middle third of the field where he threw that one. So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. Bullock's kick is good. And that will push the lead up to double digits now at 10. So that's a big one. Obviously, Charles makes it a 2-score game. His 3rd field goal of the game, able to knock it through.
Yeah, not exactly free and clear yet, but as a defense, you get to play a little bit looser, don't you? Because you do now have a little bit of a margin of error, don't you?
After the field goal now, it's Bullock to kick it away. This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll get it up across the 20 to the 21-yard line.
Here we go.
The Redskins offense now, they head back onto the field. And with this deficit, you can't have too many more drives like the last drive where you had to punt it away.
You know what I would tell my offense right here? The punter doesn't exist, guys. He doesn't even exist. He's not a team anymore. I just cut him, all right? So you've got to go out and create some offense for us here and give us some points. No way does that guy get on the field on this drive.
Poor punter.
Yeah, it wasn't his fault. But, hey, listen, there's got to be casualties at times. We're trying to win a game. They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
The throw over the middle taken in, and they're able to get this one across the 35. Give him 16 yards there, and it's a Redskin first down.
This possession means so much for them. They've got to focus on this drive and find a way to make this a one-possession game.
Yes.
Got to get a score.
Yeah, so good with a field goal. Don't necessarily need a touchdown. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
Big series right here. We got to step it up.
Shotgun handoff now to Geis. He'll get about 3 as he's brought down right around the 42.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Keenum on target to McLaurin. And he'll get it into enemy territory just across midfield at the 49. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down. Keenum now, a perfect 5 of 5 since taking over. They haven't missed a beat. 1st and 10. Out of the gun, Geis. And a 6-yard gain gets him right around the 43.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
Watch the run. Watch the run.
On 2nd down and 4, Keenum. This to McLaurin out on the left side. And he's taken down inside the 30.
Face mask. Defense.
Well, when you're leading in the 4th quarter, that's not the penalty you want.
Not at all, and now your discipline comes into question. Having poise this stage of the game, you can't have those kind of plays.
The penalty moves him into the red zone here on 1st and 10. And he goes backwards here, losing yardage back to the 16. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
I know when I was a kid, I always got real excited when I saw those lateral-type runs. But the best backs that made it happen, they put a foot in the ground and just go. That didn't happen there. That play got swallowed up.
Here goes the hot. Blue 20. Watch run.
On 2nd and 11 now. Keenum. This is caught. And he is into the end zone for a Washington touchdown. Vernon Davis, ready for the regular season with his 2nd touchdown of the game, as they are now just an extra point away from making this a 3-point game.
I know Paul Revere talked about by land or by sea, right? You know, 1 by land, 2 by sea. He didn't mention air because right now we're seeing a big-time performance, aren't we? That's 2 touchdowns so far in this game.
Where'd you pull that one from?
And, you know, every now and then I actually listened in history class.
And you're just a scholar all the way around. You're reading all the time. I like that you fit that in the book. Yeah.
You know, I just grab the nugget when I can.
Hopkins with the extra point, and now things get a bit more interesting here in this 4th quarter. So that drive 7 plays in length, and it was polished off by a Redskin touchdown. So just a 3-point game now as they send this one away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Cincinnati now ready to take the field. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
And he'll get this from the 25 to the 30 for a pickup of 5. Tackle made there by Josh Bynes. Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5. 2nd and 5. Throwing middle, but it's incomplete.
When I watched that play, I thought about what my coaches had told me in the past. The biggest teaching point, get your head around. Locate the football so you can make a play on it while it's in the air. That's exactly what he did there. That was nice.
Here's Bernard. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. It's a gain of 13, and the Bengals have a first down.
Do my eyes deceive me, or is he getting stronger as this game moves along?
Burst seems just as good here in the 4th as it was way back in the 1st, doesn't it?
I do believe someone put a lot of time in the offseason and continues to condition during the season in order to continue to carry the ball at this rate.
Let's go now. 8, read. 50 to Mike. 50 to Mike. I got it.
Well, they'll run it here on the jet sweep. Oh, some strong running. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. That one good for 15, and the Bengals get a first down.
Well, that play looks familiar because we saw them working on it in practice this week. And for a lineman trying to block on this play, they love when they get the defense moving in one direction, and when they try and change directions, it's a lot easier to pick them up and ward them off.
In Washington territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 43. Now a carry for Bernard. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8. Well, with the fumble he had earlier, we know how key keeping the football is here. That fumble earlier probably at the forefront of his mind. Just hold on to this thing.
It's also at the forefront of the mind of the guys who are trying to get the ball from him. And since they've seen him drop it on the ground before, they're doing everything possible to have him do it again. They need that turnover.
Now a deep ball there on 2nd down, but it'll wind up incomplete. Umpire threw the flag, usually always indicates holding, and that's what we've got.
And you know, depending on their positioning, where you are on the field, the umpires get different responsibilities, but always making sure no one's holding.
Now this one complete on the slant route. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. So a decent gain, but all for naught on the penalty.
It's too bad, isn't it? They were feeling pretty good about it. The only people celebrating, the guys who just gave up that play.
They'll come up now on a 2nd and long after the hold. They'll set up a throw. Toward the center of the field, but it's incomplete.
Okay, I'm not quite sure how to judge that one. Maybe didn't have enough legs underneath him. Mechanics might have been off. Maybe some fatigue. That one came up short.
That 4th quarter, maybe you do start to watch as the arm there, the leg's still there. This has been a tough game. Just a gain of 2 there, and it's going to bring up a 4th down.
This has been an up and down, back and forth type of a game, hasn't it? Maybe this long drive take a little bit of the wind out of their sails, kind of settle things down a little bit.
Here's Kevin Huber now, as he'll come on for his 5th kick of the night. And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. This is taken around the 12. And 9 yards there on the return following a punt of 47. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. Now the Redskins offense, they get set to go back to work here. And things are starting to move in the right direction. They get the touchdown last drive, then their defense gets them the football back.
Yeah, now they have a chance to get the lead if they can put something together here. And I'm eager to see how they decide to do it. Do they want to be methodical, or do they want to take the big strike and go after it right now?
They start on the ground with Geis. And he is brought down at the 22 after a gain of 2, and it brings up 2nd down.
We know that old expression, it's not my night. It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
And every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. That was the same case on that play.
Offense.
They try to throw on second down, but this one is incomplete. So that one a hold right guard.
And you understand why offensive and defensive linemen probably go to martial arts schools and work on their hands so often, because that can be the make or break difference on a play. This time he had to grab a jersey in order to make the play happen. Got caught for the penalty.
Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete.
This defense is continuing to contest every deep ball that is thrown downfield. And look, it doesn't matter whether you're playing man or zone. Eventually that becomes man on man, and you've got to trust yourself.
And the pressure will get to him. He goes down. Now there is a flag on the play, but this looks like holding on the offense. So instead of giving them another third down, they'll decline it, brings up 4.
Now that's smart football right there. You don't even have to really spend a lot of time considering it. Just know that you're probably going to get the ball back. Good job declining that penalty.
And he's able to get it out of there, and this is a pretty good kick. That's pulled in at the 32. 12 yards on the return that time. And the Bengals will take over here, 1st and 10. Now the Cincinnati offense ready to see what they can do here. They're holding on right now to that slim advantage in a one-score game, and you hear a lot about 2-minute offense and 4-minute offense. Obviously, the 4-minute offense applies here. How do they run that effectively?
Yeah, really what the 4-minute offense is you're just trying to grind the clock. So you want consistent gains, steady gains. Doesn't have to be big plays, but it has to be plays that gets first downs and keeps the ball away from your opponent.
But certainly throwing the ball is in the mix here.
It certainly is. Just make sure that you're careful with it. And again, get those first downs, keep possession of the football. He's still rumbling, isn't he? Still looking fresh in this one despite the heavy workload. But you and I both know, well-conditioned, and he did tell us that he thrives on being at his peak late in ball games.
Ready, ready.
53, Mike. That's right, baby. They don't want it.
Back to the ground. This time it's Anderson. And this winds up a gain of 4 to the 41. Offensively with the lead, you want to run the ball, keep the clock going, but you also want to still kind of be in attack mode too, right? So how do you do that and not come back on your heels?
Now think about all the practices we've watched where they have that tempo period to go over things just like this, where they describe the scenario, tell you what they're looking for, and make sure that they're still attacking, yet at the same time not going so fast as to leave too much time on the clock.
One of the bigger plays in the game thus far, and the crowd getting into it as we come up on a big third down. On the draw, here's Bernard. And he gets it to the 34, good enough for the first. Able to get what they need to keep the drive going with a 6-yard pickup on third down.
Well, they didn't accomplish their goal. They didn't get a stop there, gave up another first down. They have all 3 timeouts in their pocket. I think defensively you've got to start thinking about using them here.
I was just going to ask you at what point you think now's the go time?
I think now's the go time. I don't think you sit back and wait, because they can take a lot of time off the clock between plays and run 3 to 4 and really put you in a stressful spot.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10.
Stay with your man.
Again, here's Bernard. And not much running room. Down to the 32. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down. 3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. Here's a 2nd and 7. Got an open man. That's C.J. Uzomah. And he will take it on in for a Bengals touchdown. C.J. Uzomah, 32 yards. Now the Bengals, they widen their lead.
Well, it'd be real easy to say that they are firmly in control right now, but I'm looking at your face and I'm thinking I've got to be careful with that.
Well, it's a 2-score game. You're inside of 2 minutes. I think you can breathe relatively easily now.
Yeah, you can, but still, you got to stay vigilant. Can't give up anything cheap and easy. That could put you in some jeopardy.
Still an important piece of business to take care of, the extra point. And his guys will take a 10-point lead.
Makes the score Bengals 45.
A drive that time of 6 plays. And it's finished off with a Cincinnati touchdown. Now Bullock will send this one away after the touchdown. Fielded about a yard deep. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get it up to the 29-yard line. Keenum and the Redskins down by 10. A minute 52 to play. You can't say the preseason isn't interesting. This has been great as they come up 1st and 10. Here's Geis. And he's going to lose yards. They take him down at the 26. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on 1st down. The Redskins now going to use the first of their 3 timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the 1st down run goes backwards. Back to throw, Keenum. Completes it to Quick. And he's brought down after a very nice gain. The Bengals going to use the 2nd of their timeouts, and they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the 1st down.
Let's go. Tie that left. 3 down. Key 8.
On 1st down, this is Geis. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down. A very solid gain on that play.
Now Washington going to use the 2nd of their 3 timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. Keenum. Oh, a scrap for the football, and he's going to come down with it. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop him. Now the Bengals going to signal for their 3rd and final timeout. And they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the 1st down. So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10. On the ground, it's Geis. And nowhere to run on the interior of that defensive line. He'll get back only to the line of scrimmage. Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again 2nd and 10. They stay on the ground. Geis again. And they see right through that defensively as he'll be hit and taken down to the backfield. He'll wind up losing a yard on the play, and that'll bring up a 3rd and 11 situation.
I know they've got to be careful not to go to the well too often, but it's a fine line, isn't it? Because sometimes if you got success, you want to just keep pounding away.
But no success there. They rallied quickly on the defensive end. And a nickel look here for the Bengals as they try to defend this on 3rd. To throw is Keenum. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, 4th quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. And Hopkins' kick is good. And this is back down to a 7-point game. So the field goal means we're back to a 1-score game, but with no timeouts left, I think this has to be an onside kick.
I like your analysis there, partner. I think you're right. You need the ball back. That's probably your only avenue.
This game back within a touchdown now as the kickoff's away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Now this Bengals offensive unit ready to see what they can do here. And they've got this one in hand. No timeouts remaining defensively, so this one should just be one kneel and then handshakes.
On the ready.
51 to mine.
Guys, it's game situation. Let's go. Shoot.
One final kneel down here, and that should just about do it. Well, partner, it's just preseason, but it always feels good to be in victory formation, taking the knee for the W.
Yeah, I've often thought to myself when I watch these preseason games, some teams need the wins more than others. You know, if you're established and you're used to winning, not quite the same. But if you're trying to learn how to win, it's important to get it done. And to be able to kneel down at the end, even better.
Well, Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feeling like they're moving the ball and things are working and clicking. They think that they can bottle this and carry it with them.
And as an offensive coordinator, you just don't think you can do anything wrong. Whatever you call, run, pass, it's all going to work.
That's called being in the zone.
So that's a wrap for Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gunn. And this has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. For more, check us out at easports.com. From Washington.